Hi, Catherine.
Let's start off. Kim Jong-Un back, it seems. A lot of people speculating that he might be ill, he might be dead, but he is back. This is at least according to North Korean state media.
That's right. The last time he'd made a public appearance was on September the 3rd at a concert. Well, check it out. He's on the front page of the main newspaper in North Korea. In fact, probably the only newspaper in North Korea, the Rodong Simun. You can see him here, all smiles, laughing, walking with a cane while talking to officials. He's giving a field guidance, according to this paper, at a new residential area for scientists. Now, the photos aren't dated, so it's impossible to know exactly when they were taken. And Slate, well, has a great way of putting it. It says that Kim Jong-Un, well, seems like he's casually strolled back into public view, but with a slight limp. Now, his nonchalant reemergence appears to put an end to the speculation you were talking about that he might have been sidelined from power or perhaps he was ill. But by showing him with a cane, it does appear to confirm that he has a problem with his legs. There have been a lot of rumors that he might, for instance, have gout or he might have had a surgery on his ankle. So it does appear that he does have some sort of a health problem, according to Slate. But it points out that we'll probably really never know exactly what happened or where he was for that long.
And things are controlled so tightly in North Korea, they could very well have hidden that cane if they'd wanted to, couldn't they? So, I mean, maybe wanting to throw up some question marks and things. Let's move on anyway to another story. Papers are focusing on a comment made by the Turkish president. It's being read as a bit of an anti-Western rant.
Absolutely. It's a very interesting comment he made at a conference yesterday. It's actually on the front page of Hurriyet, the main daily in Turkey. Now, he went on an angry tirade against what he calls modern-day Lawrence of Arabia, who he said are really causing trouble in the Middle East. Now, remember that Lawrence of Arabia was a British soldier who helped Arab leaders fight a guerrilla against the Ottoman powers during World War I. Lawrence of Arabia is seen as a hero in Britain, many Arab countries as well, not so much in Turkey. Now, according to Erdogan, Lawrence of Arabia is a symbol of unwanted outside meddling in a region where Turkey should be having quite an influence. To quote him, he says, Lawrence was an English spy disguised as an Arab. There are voluntary Lawrences disguised as journalists, religious men, writers, and terrorists, and they're trying to wreak havoc. But these comments have drawn quite a lot of criticism from other Western papers. Check out the Daily Beast, for instance. They say this was a stunning anti-Western diatribe in which he seemed to endorse the Islamic State group's plan to redraw the region's borders. And you can see this very striking headline here. It says that the Turkish president declares Lawrence of Arabia a bigger threat than the Islamic State group.
And not singling out anyone in particular, just making quite a general comment there. Very interesting. Okay, several papers focusing on a Human Rights Watch report. It's giving more details about what the Islamic State group is allegedly doing in the area that it controls.
That's right. There have been a lot of rumors about exactly what's going on. It's quite striking. Let's take a look at the Independent. They put it very clearly. They say that you can see here that the Islamic State group is bringing back slavery. So this is according to a Human Rights Watch report. It says that the group is boasting actually about the fact that it's enslaved young Yazidi women from northern Iraq who were captured during fighting there and actually selling them for about $1,000. Now, according to this report, the group says that these women and children are spoils of war who can be enslaved under Islamic law. So quite a horroring report there. Now, the Wall Street Journal reports on the Islamic State group, but this time in Afghanistan, and it says that it's trying to establish a foothold in Afghanistan. And according to this article, the security officials in Afghanistan are sounding the alarm. They say that the Islamic State group is trying to extend its reach at a time when foreign combat troops are leaving Afghanistan.
All right, finally now, Hong Kong continues to be in the spotlight. More confrontations yesterday, police taking down more barriers today.
That's right, and actually clashes between masked men and pro-democracy protesters.
Quite
very violent
clashes.
Very
mysterious.
mysterious.
Not clear who they are.
Absolutely, it's unclear exactly who these men are. You can read about it here in the South China Morning Post. Those clashes reportedly took place around 1:30 local time. Hundreds of people against the Occupy movement running into these barricades, trying to crash them down. It's unclear exactly who these people were. The Wall Street Journal calls them hooligans, very critical of the central government in Hong Kong today. Talks about darkness over Hong Kong. And it says that the government's bad faith has given way to thuggery in the streets that's carried out by hooligans. But let's take a look at the Chinese media. Mainland China has a very different take on things. In China Daily today, they talk about how the Hong Kong police vow minimum force to remove these protest road barriers.
Thank you very much, Flo Villamino, there with a look through some of the top stories in the international papers today. Time for us to take a short break. When we're back, we'll be updating you on our top stories here on Live from Paris. Plus, we've got our special focus report, and we're taking a closer look at allegations of torture, bullying, and even deaths in the South Korean military among its young recruits. Do stay with us for that.
Reporters.
Following the terrible 2010 earthquake, a cholera epidemic ravaged Haiti. 700,000 people were infected, 8,500 died. UN peacekeepers are said to have brought cholera to Haiti. So far, the UN has rejected demands for compensation. It pledges to raise $2 billion to fight the epidemic. However, thousands of victims have filed a class action suit. From Haiti to New York, our reporters are investigating this scandal that's rocked the United Nations.
Reporters on France 24 and France24.com.